Hello, welcome to Creepin' It Colorful. My name's Lori, and today is Terrifying Tuesday, which involves a color and chat. I will be coloring something creepy, of course, in this adorable creeping coloring book. Actually, I got this one from Temu, and it's just a little book. It's not, like the real thickness of a regular book, but it still colors nicely. I've done some other pictures in here, and I'm just going to be using uh, my Prismacolors. I already went around most of it, outlined the colored areas with gel pens. So basically it's just going to be coloring in the colors that I chose. Alrighty. I am so over this weather. It's just like, I don't know. My allergies are kicking in, and it's not been fun. Not sure if anyone else has that issue, but and with it rains, then it gets nice, then it rains again, and it gets nice. It's just like a roller coaster of weather changes. I mean, we've gone from it was 91 day last week, and then like 2 or 3 days later it was down to 40. So the weather is all over the place. I just can't wait till it's nice and warm and I can get stuff done outside. I have sunflowers to plant. We have some vegetables we gotta plant, but it's been so cold at night and it's nice during the day, so it's just craziness. I wanted to hang some wash out today because I thought for sure it was going to be, it said it was going to be sunny and nice. It's been cloudy and miserable all day. Hasn't rained yet, but I had to run some errands this morning and the weather looked like it was going to rain. It was so cloudy. And of course, by the time I got my errands done, the radio has started out. When I started out my errand run, it was supposed to be a nice day today, high of 67 and sunny. By the time I got done doing my errands, it has now said it's going to be in the mid 60s and possible rain showers, but it's supposed to be really raining tomorrow. So yeah, I wanted to do my laundry and hang it out today since it was supposed to be such a nice day, and it hasn't fared out too well. It's rather cool outside, so I'm still waiting for it to get past the 50s. Okay. I chose this picture for April because the bunny rabbit for Easter. That's basically why I chose this one. I'm going to do her eyeballs a little bit here. And what I'm going to do after I'm all done with the coloring is I'm going to go in and take my blender pencil and blend it. That's why I'm not coloring it so hard. I don't want it so dark. Let's see, what did I pick? Oh, okay, here's one. This button is going to be a little bit rusty looking. Not a rusty bucket, but I mean a button. But I just wanted it to have a different color than the rest of them. Okay, I believe this is the color of the bear. The bear. My God, I'm such a mess. The rabbit. At least I said another animal and it wasn't saying something else. It's fairly easy to color this picture. I gotta make sure you can still see me. Yep. A lot of people out and about too. The roads were crazy. I would have thought people would have been already at their workplace, because when I left this morning, it was like around 8 o'clock, quarter after 8, and the roads were crazy. Oh, I'm kind of confused here. This is her. Okay. I wanted to make sure. And I actually did the bunny rabbit to match her in clothing, with the purple and the pink. So that's why he has a pink leg there. Alrighty. Well, let's get to her. Let's see which colors are which here that I chose. Look on my chart here. Seashell pink, 1093. And then the other one was 1080, I believe. 1085. Okay, it looks like 1093 is darker, so. I'm going to do her ears in this color. And then do her in the other color, in the seashell pink. You see, she has like bunny ears herself. I don't know if that was just part of the hat, or she actually has those ears. Who knows? It's a creepy coloring book. Ugh, that was just a fail, wasn't it? As you can see, I still haven't gotten my good pencil sharpener, but this one does work. I was contemplating getting, sorry about this, it's stuck in there. I was contemplating getting a Prismacolor, a special Prismacolor sharpener, but I have not really seen anyone using those, so I don't know how good they are. I've seen them in an Amazon for like $5 something for one. I'm not quite sure how much that differs from a regular sharpener like I have here. I'm not sure what the whole concept is, but somehow I guess it seems like it's better for the Prismacolor pencils. Probably doesn't chew them up as much, I'm guessing. If you know anything about those Prismacolor sharpeners, let me know, please. So I'm still debating on whether or not I want to go that route. I think I should have went for a little peachier color, so I might go over this with another peachier color. This is a little dirty looking, although she could be a dirty doll. Who knows? It's whatever, right? I'm just trying to get this video out because I have someone coming for a hat that I made. I burned another hat, cowboy hat, for a little girl's birthday, and I just she's coming to pick it up. She told me between 1 and 2. It's 1 o'clock, a little after 1 now, and then she just messaged and said she wouldn't be able to make it till 3. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna quickly do this and hopefully get done. Let me see. This is just 1013. What is this called? Deco Pink. I'm just going to go over this lightly. I'm sorry if this still shakes a lot. I tried my best to rig it so it didn't shake as badly as it was. don't even know what happened to it last time. I had it at a good spot where it wasn't shaking. And I have no idea what happened since then. I'm going to put this, make this one a little round. Eyeball. Okay, now I'm on to her hair. Gave her blonde hair, and this one needs it. It's weird how these pencils are sharpened for you when they first come. It's just weird that they're so itty bitty point. I thought I saw a crack in there. Okay, so now we're off to the races with the blonde hair. She's got a lot of it, and it's flowing all over the page. I haven't figured out what kind of theme I was going for next month, being that it's May. I was there's like 3 ways you could go with this, basically. It seems like there is a mermaid theme going on. I'm not much into the mermaid sea creature type of pages. I don't even know if I have any, to tell you the truth. So that's that one. Then there's, missed this little spot in here for her. I'm gonna add that brown in there too. Yeah, then there is patriotic for Memorial Day. And I could have kicked myself in the butt. Last week I went to this thrift shop and they had a patriotic coloring book, and it was like a country, patriotic country, not country as in USA, but country as in Southern. And it was a kind of a cute one, actually. And I didn't get it. I didn't really have a lot of money on me, and I was in there to pick up something else, looking for something else, actually. And so I didn't grab it. And today I went down there and I thought, well, if it's there today, I'm going to get it. And it wasn't. So I lost out on it. In a week's time, somebody else grabbed it. They only sell their books for $1.99 each. And today, because I'm an old fart, it's senior citizen discount. And I was able to use my discount today because there are like, they have colored tags. So some of the color tags, there's like 3 or 4 of them that you get an extra 50% off. So if it's $1.99, you're gonna pay half of that. So it would have really been a good deal. And of course, I missed out on it last week, and I didn't do it last week, so I missed out on the whole deal. And there she is. Let me see if I can get. Here I put all my blenders. You're gonna laugh when you see. Look at my little itty bitties, my little nubbies. I got one good one there yet, and I'm holding out for that guy. I'm gonna make these somewhat last. Do you guys do this? I do this to get the other color off that I blended. I don't know if you guys ever do that, but I thought this helped. Take my emery board and do that. Okay, let's blend in this purple. And hopefully I'm not shaking you all over the place when I do it. Guess what that was? My pencil sharpener. I shook that off the table. I had it. It was teetering on going off the table. I should have pulled it back right away, but I didn't. That was my blooper. It's my itty bitty. I have one pencil extender, and for the life of me, I have no idea where it is. So I am just dealing with it being itty bitty. See, I didn't want it too dark. That doesn't look too bad. I'll have these on the floor too soon. The next table that I get, if I can save up to get one, will be one that is a little bit wider both ways, because I had a table that I was using, but it was really bad with the shaking. And so I got this one at a yard sale for $5, and it has brakes on the wheels and everything, but for some reason the setup on my tripod is shaky, shake and bake. So I thought, well, if I put it on another table, maybe I could, but it was so much of a hee-hawing around with positioning it so that it was over top of what I'm doing. So yeah, it wasn't working out. So, because if it would have been on another table, if I'm coloring on this table and shaking this table, it wouldn't bother my tripod. That was my whole thought process. But I still had to have that table close to enough to this table in order for me to be able to maneuver the camera over top of what I was doing. So yeah, it was. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to be getting out another table every time I video. That would be craziness to have to do that every time. So eventually I will get a better table, a wider, better table, so that possibly it'll all work out. Cute little runny babbit. We used to call them runny babbits. When my kids were little, I used to call them runny babbits. And flutterbys were butterflies. Runny babbits and flutterbys. It's like you have a whole different language when you have little kids. And it's funny because you don't want them to learn that, but you still want to talk cute to them. So it's just probably why they would always say paschetti instead of spaghetti. And my daughter would say caterpillar. Caterpillar was a caterpillar. Caterpillar. I didn't do that with my grandkids though. I haven't really talked baby talk like that with my grandkids. It's just weird. But I must tell you a funny, you'll probably get a kick out of this. And I told my daughter when we were talking at the moment, I said she needs to write these down. She has 3 boys. And I said she needs to write down some of these things that the boys say. My oldest grandson, we were over one night and we were doing family night. We were making crafts, or we were playing games or something that night. And it was right after we were done eating, and we're sitting at the table, and my daughter says, "Why don't you tell Nani how you spell Mississippi?" And I'm thinking, Okay, that's a little weird. Like, he must really have a weird way of doing this or something. And he goes, well, it's Mississippi. M-R-S period S-I-P-P-I. Mississippi. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't stop laughing. And he was so serious. And at the time, he's like 10 or 11, and he's telling me this. He said, and I don't understand why I got it wrong on my test. I just couldn't stop. And then he's like, what's so funny? And I'm like, I just couldn't. I mean, I'm like, I felt so bad. I said, you know what? I said, you're a little smart cookie, because I never would have thought of that. But yeah, you're right. That is a way of spelling Mississippi. But I said, Mississippi is a state. It's not a person. Right? And he goes, yeah. I said, so it isn't going to be a Mr. or a Mrs., even though it sounds like it. So I had to try to explain it to him. And then after a while, he got it. And then he goes, oh, okay, that makes sense. I felt so bad for him because it was such a cute thing. I said, Bethany, you got to. You just have to write some of this stuff down. Some of the things these kids say nowadays, it's just. And my other grandson, he has question upon question upon question of things. Like, he really needs to know why this is this way and this is that way. I mean, he really wants to know. And that is so good. To be curious like that. I know sometimes when, you're growing up and your kids are always like asking, well, why? Well, why? Well, why? And at the time, it's like a pain in the hiney because you don't want to deal with the 50 questions all the time. But then later on, you're like, they were curious. At least they were curious about that. And yeah. But this is the only thing I don't like about using this. It's I don't know if you see a little bit of the color of the black from the spots here that are thick black. It's rubbing into the hair. But for me, I don't care because this is a creepy coloring book. And if she looks a little grungy, that's fine with me. But it does that. Yeah, I had my son, who is now 38. He said to me one time, what is behind my belly button? I'm like, and I'm looking at him, and I said, and I'm at he's like 5 years old, and he's asking me, what is behind my belly button? And like, you know the answer, but you're wondering, where does that come from? Where does that curiosity come from? But then, you get out the encyclopedia and show him what's behind his belly button. Not really, I'm just kidding. But it's just silly, some of the things that they're curious about. And I'm glad they're curious about things like that. I mean, some of those are pretty easy to answer and explain. But, I even have a whole story to say about my daughter. My daughter was always, I don't really like to talk. I don't think it's bad, but ill or whatever. My daughter is kind of a gullible person. Like, if you would tell her something, she would believe you. She wouldn't question it, no nothing. That kind of being gullible. So it's always, that you always worry if your child is like that. If I don't know. I don't know how to even put it. If your child is like that, you worry that they're going to be easily talked into things. Now I have some of this leftover. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the outside, but I have some of this leftover chalk. And I'm just going to do the outside this color. I think that will just bring all the other colors forward. So yeah, I tended to worry about her. There were a few instances where she was taken advantage of because of her gullibility, like believing things. Kind of got her in trouble now and then. But, you know, I'd go for that any day compared to how the kids are growing up today. I'm just so glad my kids grew up in the 90s. I mean, they didn't have, I didn't have to worry about their being buried in cell phones or games so much. One thing I did know was we had back then for my kids were they each had their own TV in their room. I was a single mother, and I made sure that they had a TV in their room. And it was a kind of TV that also had the VHS, where you can play VHSs on them. And they were in love with it. It was just awesome. I could get so much stuff done. And I'm not saying I locked them in the room. They were free to do whatever they wanted. They would either go outside, look for bugs, because that wasn't my son's thing, ride bike, or if it was a rainy day and they would sit in their room, I just helped them put the VHS in the first time, and they were off to the races. They were content. They'd just sit there and watch VHS. I didn't have to worry about where they were. They're getting in trouble. But there's always that, when the children are quiet, there's something going on. I don't know what color I wanted to make the bottom, because I didn't want to make the same as the top here. Let's see what I got in my drawer here after I knock everything on the floor. I am so organized, it's unbelievable. I have no idea what this color is, but I'm just going to go with it. It's a piece of chalk. And that's that on the fly. And there's my creepy little Easter girl with her Easter bunny for the month of April. Okay, enough yapping. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end if you have. And I hope you enjoyed this quick little color along. It is such a cute book. It's okay. Go to that page and I say it's a cute book. It's adorable creepy, just as it says. I'll just go through and show you the different ones that I've already colored. And they do have some crazy looking ones. But I did this one for February. They're in love, aren't they? She's a cutie. I might do her for this coming month, now that I see the stars, and do a red, white, and blue something. That might be my May one for this book. This is a cool one. That'd be a cool one for like a Mother's Day. See, that's what I was getting at, and I just jumped the gun and didn't finish what I was saying. Like in May, it's Mermaid, and then there is Memorial Day types themes, and like May the 4th be with you for May 4th. May the Force be with you, a Star Wars theme. And also in May is Mother's Day. So there are kind of, you know, quite a few different themes to go look through your books for. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that one for like a memorial theme, like a patriotic theme. Oh, he's hangry, isn't he? She looks like she's up to no good. Oh my goodness. See, now she's a cute one. I think I did her for Valentine's Day too. Oh, a hangry cat. And that's it for this book. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I'm going to have to think up ways of meshing the red, white, and blue in that. Because, you know, white, it doesn't really show up. But, you know, we can try to make it work some way, somehow. There's always a way. It's always the same thing when you have snow in a picture. You work around it, work with it, and it always comes out in the end, right? No reason to stress and worry. How's it gonna look? Because in that case, it'll look unique, if nothing else. Okay, now I am done yapping. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this little color and chat, and give me some more ideas for like this next month coming up. My God, these months are going by too fast for me. I have 3 books that I didn't even get to touch, and guess what? They're all Kirby Rosanis books, and I had 3, I think, double spreads to color for April, and April is done on Thursday in 2 days. I do not see that happening any way, shape, or form, and it's okay. I put a little more on my plate this month than I thought I should have, but it's all right. I'm not stressing over it. They're not works in progress, and because I haven't even started them, so they can be for another time. It's no big deal. Never stress on your coloring. It's supposed to be enjoyable and relaxing, and like therapy. That's how I look at it. This is my zoning out time. So that's why I'm not so particular about how I color. I just color. And that's just how I look at it. I try to do the shading, and I try to add a little accents here and there, but I don't really I don't really dwell on things too much. I really wanted not to when I did my Kirby Rosanis pages. Why am I having trouble talking today? I did not want them to be looking like I rushed through them. So I'm a little particular about those books because there's a lot of detail, and I just don't think I feel like I can brush over them really quickly. And on the other hand, there is so much to do. It does tend to get a little intimidating and frustrating sometimes, but other times I just go with the flow. I look at it and say, you know what, this is a color I'm going to use. This is what I'm going to. Sometimes my colors might mishmash and they might not look like they should be together, but just like I just picked up this green for this. Oh, it's all over my fingers. I got a green thumb. Put the green on here, and it was just because it was right next to me. And I thought, well, I'm going to use up what I got in there, and that's what I did. So, that's that. I am done. Now I'll let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. Surely would like you to color along with me or listen to me babble or just hang out. And in the meantime, I'd like you to stay happy, stay healthy, stay creative, stay colorful, stay a little creepy now and then. It's okay. And stay tuned for the next video. Bye-bye for now. Thanks so much. See you in the next one.